Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Fumi Helps. My name is Fumi Amele Adebe and I'm an IELTS instructor, and this is my channel. This is a channel where I try as much as possible to share my thoughts on IELTS and maybe in the future share some other things apart from my IELTS, but still today it is still going to be something interesting about IELTS. Okay, don't you want to find out? So today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 major ingredients that you need when it comes to mapping out your IELTS preparation journey. Okay, that when it comes to you mapping out your plan on, oh, I am writing IELTS, this is how I want to prepare, you basically need to watch this video. And to start today, I just want to give a little bit of analysis. Many of the time when we get to that point in our life that we realize that we would have to write the IELTS exam. For some of us, perhaps immigration journey, career journey, academic journey, and then there comes that point where you would be needing IELTS. Now, the first thing that will come to your mind most logically is, how do I prepare? What do I need? And stuff like that. Now, at this point in time, it is always very good for you to have the right mindset and also to have the right information, hence this video. Okay, so I believe many people don't really understand what IELTS is all about, therefore making them to prepare wrongly. Many people do not understand that the way we prepare for IELTS is not the same way we prepare for our everyday exam. It is super different. IELTS is not our academic test, something testing our intelligence and stuff like that. IELTS is not testing anyone's intelligence per se. It is only basically testing your language skill. Just like that. So if you do not actually prepare in the right manner, at the end of the day, you might eventually not have a great score. Now, I also believe that this is one of the reasons why many people keep writing IELTS and they fail over and over again, not hitting their desired band score. One of the reasons why I wanted to put out this video is to help in a little way solve this problem, ensuring that people have the right information and they have their heads in the right clouds. Okay, so this is why I'm making this video today. All right, so I am only going to tell you that you basically need 3 things when it comes to preparing for IELTS. Like, when you want to prepare and you want to think of, what do I do? How do I do it? All you need is these 3 things that I'm going to be discussing in this video. You may add more to it, but trust me, even if you don't add anything, your success is guaranteed. Apart from telling you these 3 things, I'm also going to be telling you the right proportion. Like I said at the beginning, it's all about making a sumptuous, delicious, lovely, tasteful meal. Okay, so we want to ensure that we are adding the right ingredient in the right amount and stuff like that. So I'm not only going to be sharing with you these 3 factors, I would also be sharing with you the right proportion and how much energy and how much investment you should put into these 3 factors. All right, so the very first one I'm going to start with today is study. Why am I laughing? And that's because a lot of people are going to hear this and be like, am I not gonna study before writing the kin? Now, that's, it might be cliche, it might be basic. In fact, it is actually basic. There's no way you want to write an exam and you would not study. But there's something I really want to emphasize about studying for IELTS, and at the end of this video, perhaps or right in the middle somewhere, I'm going to more give an analysis of why I am apportioning this particular percentage to each of the 3 factors I'm discussing today. Now, when it comes to IELTS, yes, definitely, basically, foundationally, you need to study. Now, when I mean studying for me in this context means reading about the test, reading about what the IELTS test entails, what do I need to know, what's the test structure like, what are the things that I should expect, because IELTS is not something that is taught in our high school, secondary school, college, university curriculum. It is something different entirely. So you definitely need to read up about it and stuff, more like gather knowledge, read about it. Yes, you need to. Now, here is the caution. Also, I know that when it comes to IELTS, and trust me, to a very large extent, if you're someone that has been on this, IELTS thing for a while, you would actually realize that when it comes to IELTS, the more you study, the more confused you become. How about that? Yeah, that's one of the things that I have actually discovered about IELTS. The more you study, the more you read about things. You read this today from one source, you read this from another source, and then at some point you're going to end up being confused. Now, am I saying you should not study? Of course you should, but I'm telling you to restrict yourself. Now, what percentage am I going to be giving to study? As a whole, I'm working with 100% today. So how many percentage am I going to give to studying? Just about 15%. Just 15%. You don't need so much studying when it comes to writing IELTS, except in a different case entirely. Perhaps you are someone that even the basic knowledge of English, you know next to nothing about it. Perhaps that one is not even IELTS on its own. That is you studying English language. IELTS is not the same as studying in English language. That's why I tell people that, you walk into an IELTS classroom and everything they are teaching you is adjective clause, adjective phrase. You have walked into the wrong place. I am not saying that all those topics do not, at some point come in when we teach IELTS. Of course they do, depending on the situation and the students you're dealing with at that point in time. But again, that is not the major thing. It is not about English language. Yes, you need English language. You study that separately. You don't study English to write IELTS. When it comes to IELTS, you need to the information you need to study on as regards the test structure and stuff like that. Yeah, a little bit minimal, trust me. That is why if you register for the IELTS exam, either British Council or IDP, if you see whatever it is they send to you, they are not like huge test books. So why are we killing ourselves? Like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to give a little bit of analysis on why I have my perception. Okay, so yes, you definitely need to study, but please watch it. Don't confuse yourself. Don't fill yourself with too many information, because at the end of the day, you're gonna end up being confused, even when when you have the ability or the skills to have a very great band score. So please study, but it should just be 15%. All right, so the second ingredient or the second factor you need when it comes to preparing for IELTS is the service of a tutor. Now, this could come in form of you hiring a private tutor or IELTS instructor, or perhaps joining a class. So you could either be public or private. Now, either ways, I feel you will still gain one or two things. And again, let me mention the percentage of having a tutor or an instructor, blah 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 blah, or attending a class. Again, it is 15%. All right, so it's just 15% of the whole equation. But why do I need the service of a tutor, or why do I need to attend a class? Now, I am not going to shy away from the fact that, I'm not going to deny the fact that there are so many people that did not hire a tutor and they wrote the exam and they came out in flying colors. That I am well aware of, trust me. But not every one of us have the same ability. I've seen people like that go around and say, no, you don't need them, you can't do it by yourself. Yes, I believe that many of us, we can do it by ourselves, but we are all not the same. When it comes to education, when it comes to learning, we are different learners. So it's just about you knowing what works for you and going for it. And personally, I feel Personally, I feel having a tutor, a teacher, guiding you, telling you what you need to know about the test is very, very paramount. Now, to build on this, it is not just about attending any class or hiring any instructor. You also need to be certain that the person you are getting this knowledge from is someone who has the experience, not just experience, someone who has been able to who has proven track record, and someone that their expertise is top notch. And in a way, the way I'm even describing this thing sounds like someone familiar. I'm the ones. Oh, Jesus. But anyway, yes, I believe that I have all those qualities. But not just me. There are so many wonderful ones out there. But also, I need to let you know that you should tread with cautions. There's some not so good ones out there as well. So please be careful in your decision. Again, why do I need an instructor? These are people that would break down the test structure to you. Some things in life would remain abstract even after they are being taught, until you have someone really, really explain to you. Okay, so these are the kind of people that you need. You need someone who can guide you, who can motivate you, push you. Another reason why I believe hiring a private tutor is very paramount when preparing for IELTS. Sometimes as an individual in that class, you might not really be confident to raise up your hand or ask questions or talk about what exactly is bothering you. But when you have someone you can like a private instructor that you pay, definitely you would want the person to solve all your problems and stuff like that. So I feel for that motivation, for that push, for that guidance, you need someone on your tail, basically someone guiding you, someone pushing you. You need someone like that when it comes to IELTS preparation, because if you're doing it all by yourself, again, this might not apply to everybody, but sometimes you might get lazy affair, like you just relax and then you're really not doing the need. Nobody is watching you, nobody is evaluating you. Another reason why I believe you need an IELTS instructor is if you're someone that you've been practicing, you would agree with me that when it comes to the listening and the reading section, you can score yourself, your level. But have you ever had that feeling when you write a wonderful essay or when you give answer a particular speaking question, and then you ask yourself at the end of the day, what next? Like you can assess yourself. There's no way you write something and you say, oh, for sure what I've written will earn me a 9 in the IELTS test. There's no way you would know that, and there's no way a fellow student would tell you something like that. The only person who can help you with this information, telling you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong when it comes to the writing and the speaking section, is an IELTS instructor. Okay, so please, I feel one of the things that you should add when it comes to prepping for IELTS is the service of an IELTS instructor. And like I said, let me quickly say market, please, if you want to do lesson. But anyway, if you need my service, you can always drop a comment in the comment section, and I would be in touch. All right, so moving away from the service of an IELTS instructor and why you need that. The last one, like if you're a proper Yoruba person, they will say the bogi, like the main one, the core. Let's use English since it is English we are talking. So the core, or the core ingredient, the major ingredient, the main ingredient that I believe you need when it comes to preparing for IELTS is something that I believe that you might not actually expect, but trust me, it accounts for the remaining 70% of our whole soup equation. And what is that? It is self-practice. Now, there's a difference between studying and practicing. Studying, I said at the beginning, I explained at the beginning of the video, but now it is about practicing. Now, why am I giving a whooping 70% to self-practice, like practicing by yourself? And that is because even the organization, the body in charge of IELTS, affirms that that is the strategy. Again, why am I giving this huge percentage to practicing? Now, one thing you would realize is for some people that did not study per se when it comes to IELTS, or maybe hired the service of an instructor and still made it, if you check them, the major thing they did and the only thing they did was to consistently practice. Not practice today, practice in the next 2 days, once a week. And no. Consistent practice every day. Now, why is this the major one? And I would really need you to pay attention to this so that you understand the logic behind this whole thing.